Welcome, YouTubers. This is part 6 of the Extra Life charity stream, and actually my second part for Mega Man Saturday. You obviously won't be watching this on Saturday, but I'm streaming a Mega Man Saturday. And this is part 2 of that, but part 6 of my streaming overall. Mega Man 2. This is an Extra Life charity stream if you're just tuning in for the first time on YouTube and on Twitch. On Twitch, you can find the donation link should you care to donate at just underneath this video. There's a little description of things, and the link is one of them. It'll say click here, and then the word here will be colored. For those of you on YouTube, the link will be in the description to click to donate, as well as a link to the Twitch page should you want to come and hang out with us, speak in chat. I've got two people in chat currently, Gaming with Gorley, who came over from a post I made on Reddit that I was starting this, and my cousin, the Blair. So we're all chatting, hanging out. I interact with people in chat, we talk, we have a good time. They can laugh at me for dying randomly in stupid places or not, you know, whatever. So come and join the fun. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with Mega Man 2. And we're going to do normal difficulty just because I don't feel like doing difficult today. So Mega Man 2 follows along the lines of Mega Man 1 that we played earlier. Still non-linear gameplay, you can choose what stages you want, and you still continue to claim your enemy's weapon to use against them. Mega Man 2 implements the password system, so that you don't have to sit and play it all in one shot like you do with Mega Man. It also gets rid of the point system, which was pretty much useless. So let's get started. Also in Mega Man 2, we start with using having to fight 8 Robot Masters instead of 6. As you see here, Bubble Man, Air Man, Quick Man, Heat Man, Wood Man, Metal Man, Flash Man, and Crash Man are the new villains that we start with to fight. Metal Man is going to be my first choice because he's easy to beat with Mega Buster. And another thing is his weapon is broken. And by broken, I mean it is just only the best weapon probably in the entire Mega Man series. This is also a new addition to the Mega Man series, the Energy Tank. I can collect in this game up to 4 energy tanks. And if I need to at any given point in time, I can use an energy tank to refill my health meter. So if they're being stingy on the health refills, which they do still have health refills, so those aren't going. But if they're being particularly stingy, or if I'm in a boss fight and I'm just getting smashed, I can use an energy tank and stay in the fight. So that's why one of the things I was mentioning in the last stream about how Mega Man 1 was kind of one of the harder of the games was because of that. The original Mega Man didn't have energy tanks, so you were kind of sunk. Whatever energy you had was the energy you had. Now with this, it kind of can help you, stay in the fight a little longer, as I said, and make sure that you end up, killing your bosses. So Metal Man here, first stage. So his weapon is the weapon that I was telling you in the first stream, where there's always like one weapon in a Mega Man game that has really good utility and really good weapon energy. Like, you can use it forever, it seems like, and not run out of energy. Well, Metal Blade, which is his weapon, is that weapon in this game. And not only that, there are so many bosses that are actually weak to it. Like, there's probably a legitimate boss chain, like there is in the original Mega Man, where you use every weapon, but Metal Blades probably are, if I have to just, guess off the top of my head real quick, Metal Blades are a weakness of about 4 bosses. So it gets a lot of use. And you'll probably see me use it most of the time in a stage, too, once I get it. Like, it's my go-to weapon, basically. I mean, just because it's so powerful, and you can shoot so many shots of it, you pretty much just always use it. And now, of course, a change from Mega Man 1, there's no more long boss corridors with enemies you have to kill. You just go in one door, and in another door, and near the boss. And that's going to carry through to the rest of the Mega Man games. And Metal Man kind of really doesn't attack unless you do, which makes him kind of easy too. I mean, most of the time I don't ever get hit by him, so I'm actually doing kind of bad. But he's still going to die a pretty horrible death, so it's not going to be a big deal. There we go. And now in this stage, or not this stage, but in this game, we actually got weapon screens, basically where like we get to find out what weapon we got rather than just going to the next stage and going, oh, we've got weapons, wow. So this is telling us we are getting the metal blades. And it will also show us what color we turn when we use them, which is that one. At this point, we can go to password and get the password if we wanted to stop now and play later, but this is a stream of Mega Man 2. We're not going to stop now and play later. We're going to progress on. Now, there's a pretty standard way of going through these bosses. I actually don't do that. Metal Man is usually the first place people go. Sometimes it's Bubble Man, but Metal Man's a popular one. Bubble Man's pretty easy with Mega Buster too. But normally, when I used to play this a long time ago, I would go Metal Man, Wood Man, Air Man, Crash Man, Bubble Man. I believe then I'd go Heat Man, Flash Man, and Quick Man, I think in that order. I kind of veered away from that a little bit to get... It makes Heat Man... I do Heat Man a lot sooner, which actually makes Heat Man stage a lot harder. Because there's some utility with Crash Man's weapon in Heat Man stage, and then there's also... this game also implements a new thing called items. There's item 1, 2, and 3, and they do they're platforms that do various things. Item 1 is a platform that will rise up for a little bit before disappearing that you can stand on. So sort of, kind of like the magnet beam, is it's a platform, but it doesn't like shoot out and you can keep using it. Well, you can keep using it, but it's not like a gun. It's just like a platform you summon and it floats up in the air for a little bit and then vanishes. Item 2 is like a jet. You place it out and you jump on it, and then it takes you across the stage until it runs into something, basically. And then item 3 is like this spider wall crawler thing. You throw it against a wall and it'll start climbing the wall. And then you can jump on it. And then it goes away after a little bit as well. So item 2 and Crash Man's weapon tend to make Heat Man stage really easy. But I do Heat Man earlier than Crash Man now, so that it makes it actually a little more difficult to do Heat Man stage. But at the same time, I have items in a little bit better places that make some of these other stages a little easier. Like Airman stage actually can be pretty difficult without the use of some items, so that's why I started doing it that way. So I actually am going to go to Bubble Man next, instead of Wood Man like I used to go. Bubble Man is actually one of the many bosses that is weak to the Metal Blade. So, and as like I said, it's got such good utility, you'll see me just use it. So, and you see, I'm just throwing this. I'm pretty liberally throwing these things, and I am not even running that low on energy. So, as you can see, that's. I mean, it's such a broken weapon, but. So you'll see me basically, instead of running around every stage with the Mega Buster like I used to do on Mega Man 1, you're pretty much going to see me run around every stage with Metal Blades, because it's that good. And of course, Bubble Man is the obligatory Mega Man 2 water stage. And the other thing that's broken about Metal Blade is you can throw it in all 8 directions. Like that. See? All 8 directions. And, oh well, I missed it. Not like I need that, but... Alright. Hey, look at that, an extra man, why not? Now, of course, the spikes that line the ceiling of this part of the stage will kill you in one shot, so you have to be very careful not to hit them. And that's why Metal Blade makes this stage so easy, is you can fire it straight up over your head and kill these little, almost Metroid-looking things, if you've ever played the Metroid series. So how you guys enjoying the stream so far? Hopefully I'm not boring you guys. I'll let that guy stick around, because as long as there's one frog on the screen, the big frog doesn't spit. Yeah, actually, I am running this on an emulator. But if anybody is watching from any of those, like, government agencies, hi NSA, dang it, I actually do own physical cartridges of all 6 Mega Man NES games, and I do own the physical cartridge of Mega Man X, which is mainly the games I'm going to be playing today. So I'm actually legitimately playing these. A lot of people don't do that, but I'm actually legitimately playing these. I am not breaking the law by doing so. But yeah, I'm using FCE Ultra, and then I'm oh. Oh, no worries. Basically, yes, I'm using an emulator. I'm using FCE Ultra, which is an NES emulator. And for those actually curious, I'm using a program called OBS to stream this. And I believe it stands for like Open Broadcast Software or something like that. I don't remember what the S stands for, but O and B, I'm pretty sure, are Open Broadcast, which is a free streaming program that happens to hitch up very nicely with Twitch and Justin TV. So, very... I can't believe I'm doing this. This is really ridiculous. You guys actually should be laughing at me for this, because this is really ridiculous. And this is why I didn't practice. Like I said, it's a lot more fun to watch the streamer who... And really, this is probably... This and Mega Man X are probably the two Mega Mans I'm actually the best at. So that's really sad. Although I am really good at Mega Man 3 up until the Doc Robot stages, and then I kind of suck. But you'll see that when I do Mega Man 3. Oh, and just as an update, since I didn't update you guys, we're still at 245, so no donation incentives as of yet. Hoping that'll be fixed. I'd really like to show you some of this stuff, because some of this stuff's really cool. Especially the Link to the Past glitch is actually really funny. So I definitely want to show that off. Some of you have probably seen it before, so it'll be old hat. But for those of you that haven't, it is really neat. Now let's see if I can do this without dying. That'd be nice. There we go. Alright, Bubble Man. I'll probably end up dying or almost dying a few times on Heatman stage, because I'll have to remember the pattern for a returning nemesis. And see how easy Bubble Man is with metal blades. Ridiculous. And now the weapon we get is Bubble Lead. And we look all nice and white and gray for that one. So on to Heatman stage we go. Oh, if you donated, great, awesome. I've only been checking between streams, so when I checked before I started this one, I hadn't gotten anything yet. So if you just did it, then I will see it when before I start the next stream. So, and if you did, and I'm at the point where I will show off those glitches, then I will actually do that next as an intermission. So something for you guys to look forward to. If I've broken 260, like it sounds like I probably have, my next stream will be Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, showing off. And Bubble Lead's good against these guys. There's your Bubble Lead. Follows the floor. What do you do? Streaming Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past for the Super NES, and streaming it so that I can show you a glitch that beats it in under 10 minutes. So as you see, like I said, a staple of Mega Man games, the disappearing blocks have returned. And that's kind of what I was talking about remembering a pattern. There's a spot that has a bunch of them, like a lot of them. And so I have to remember the pattern. Normally if I had item 2, which was the rocket item, I could just rocket across this area this massive area of these disappearing blocks and basically ignore them. But since I don't have item 2 yet, I can't do that. But I'm coming here first now because, kind of as a spoiler alert, I get item 1 from Heat Man. So this is the spot I was talking about. Dang it. I knew that was the jump, but I just missed it. So we gotta start over. So that's the spot where like you could just keep going along the floor there until you got to the spot where like the lava was that you just saw. And then you could use item 2 at the lava and just ride it all across. Dang it. And then not have to worry about these blocks. But since I don't have item 2 yet, I've got to actually navigate these blocks. There we go. Now you have one more spot where those actually do that. Where there's one right above. So one more spot, and it's in a really bad spot, actually. So I just gotta remember which one it is, because I always kind of, like, forget. It's this one. And I missed it! I knew where it was, and I still missed it. Oh, how great. This is why Metal Blade is so helpful here, is the diagonal throwing ability of it. Makes this part so much easier. I like how that last little block that was above waits a little bit longer to throw you off. Because it sucks if it throws you off, literally, into the pit. Yeah, this is probably the least fun part of any Mega Man game, is these disappearing blocks. Got it. Awesome. Alright. Crisis averted. And these things, Metal Blades don't do very well against these. This is like one of the few things that isn't weak to Metal Blades. But we'll just go through it because it doesn't do a lot of damage. Alright, so now we're at Heat Man. Heat Man is weak to the Bubble Lad. If you just heard me burp, excuse me. If you didn't, I didn't burp, actually. Are you still freezing, Blair, or are you good? And that's Heat Man, under wraps. You still here, Game with Girly, or did you decide to take off too? Or I shouldn't say two, because nobody else took off, but... Hope everybody's having a good time. So, Atomic Fire is the weapon we get from Heat Man. Oh, awesome. Hope you're still enjoying yourself. I'm guessing you are, since you haven't left. So anybody else, if they want to come chat, they can come chat. Oh, and I just got your text, Blair. Don't worry about the douchebag comment. It's fine. I really don't care. And, yeah. So, I mean, it's all in good fun, I know. And there's item 1, by the way. So we're going to stage select. And now we're going to go to Woodman, because Woodman is weak to... Woodman is actually is weak to Metal Blades, sort of. He does take quite a bit of damage from Metal Blades, but his true weakness is Atomic Fire. So now that we have Atomic Fire, we're going to roll through this stage. With some really good music. This is probably the best Mega Man soundtrack in all the games, in my opinion. And in a lot of people's opinions, too, actually. This is just an all-around solid soundtrack. One of the best in the 8-bit era. Yeah, just from cover to cover, solid soundtrack. I can't think of a bad tune in this entire game. Alright, now we get sort of like a pseudo mini-boss thingy here. Not really a boss, but it's like, you know, it's a large... You'll see more of, basically a large enemy. You'll see more of this throughout later Mega Man games, where they bring in large enemies as sort of like a mini-boss. Well, if you ask me that, I never saw it. I'm actually using a gamepad, a USB gamepad. This would suck on a keyboard. I probably would be doing much worse if this was a keyboard. But yeah, USB gamepad to play these games. You probably hear me clicking the buttons every once in a while, because my microphone picks up everything. And then these birds, if I don't kill those eggs, if the eggs hit the ground, they shatter and lots of little birds pop out of them. So it's actually pretty good if you are in need of power-ups, because each of the little birds will give you a power-up. Will have the potential to give you a power-up. Oh no, I didn't actually mention it now. I just said I was using FCE Ultra, and that was about all I really said about it, I think. No, and then what I was using is software to get this onto Twitch in the first place. No, that's right. These don't. These are actually immune to Metal Blade. One of the few things that are. These chickens here. All right, we're at Woodman. So, one of the great things about Atomic Fire, and it's kind of a precursor to things to Mega Man 3, is you can charge it. Ah, crap. And it kills Woodman in one hit, if you have it fully charged. And now we get Leaf Shield, which is the first real shield item in a Mega Man game. And it turns you green. So now we're going to go to Airman stage. This is probably one of the more difficult Robot Master stages. And you'll see why here in about 2 seconds. It is these things. They're platforms, but and they have those spikes. And they're kind of, these seem to be kind of in sync, but there's a part later on that you'll see where I don't get these little pedestals in between that are okay to step on. It's just head after head after head after head. And the spikes are all out of sync, so it's really hard to time your jumps. So item 1 makes it so much easier, so that's why I went for Heatman first, when I didn't used to do that back in the day. It just makes that part so much easier, and it's much less of a headache. Now here we get to ride clouds. And you gotta hop from cloud to cloud here. Kind of like those little platform head things in Iceman stage that shot at you, but these don't shoot at you, although those guys do throw those lightning bolts like that, if you let them. But of course, since Metal Blades are so awesome, I don't give them much of a chance to do anything. And that's what happens when you let the egg hatch. I just happen to kill all the little birds in one Metal Blade, I guess you could say. Like that, and then they drop multiple power-ups that way. Now we're dropping down to this part of the stage. Now this is the part of the stage I was talking about where the floating head things just become kind of ridiculous. So I'm going to use item 1 to get around this. And this is item 1, it's a raising platform. I'm just going to do that. And that's just to get around anything. So that just makes that part a lot easier, because those things really suck to time those jumps occasionally. And there's actually seeing the little birds, since I failed at that. Sometimes you can actually, like, glitch those guys off the screen if you advance forward and let them blow you off the screen. Sometimes you'll glitch them off the screen completely forever. But in that scenario, I did not do that. I almost never seem to do it on purpose anyway, so I'm an Airman anyway, so it's not a big deal. So Airman is, of course, weak to the Leaf Shield, because I guess, you know, leaves get stuck in that fan and it hurts or something, I don't know. But Airman is one of those bosses that's pretty much almost impossible to beat without getting hit, because of the way these tornadoes are set. Ba-boom. Dead. So that makes these 100%, or not 100%, but like damageless runs very difficult to do. So now we got air shooter. Not only do we get air shooter, I believe we get item 3 here, or item 2. I mean, we get item 2. Yep, item 2. Right, so there's item 2. So now that we have Airman, we're going to do Crashman stage. So of course we're going to equip Metal Blades, because why not? We got something that overpowered, why not use it all the time? That's kind of my motto, but not really. And we got our little foray into the Met tool. Saw these a little bit on in Mega Man 1, to make a return visit. And actually, they're pretty much a staple enemy throughout the entire series, so at least the classic series. Oh, I'm gonna get that extra life. Why not? Would have been kind of silly not to, since it was just laying there. Alright. And now, the intricate pattern here, so now we just... this would be kind of hard to do without Metal Blades. Because these guys respawn forever, basically. So as I was saying, I'm pretty sure I was right when I said that there are 4 bosses that are actually weak to Metal Blade. And you saw Bubble Man was, and I told you Woodman actually is, even though he's more weak to the Atomic Fire, he still takes a lot of damage from Metal Blades, so it's still considered a weakness. Trying to get him to. Alright. I'm not really worried about my health so much. Crashman's really easy. Alright. So this is where we go... where having a shield comes in really handy. Because birds. That was interesting. I don't know why it just made me fall off the ladder, just for collecting an item. Well, good. The bird's supposed to come from that angle anyway, because then he just drops the egg off the side and never clips. Alright, I'm reading this real quick. This is why I'm pausing. I'm reading chat. Was Final Fantasy II the one with Kane and the old guy? Yes! That is exactly that is Final Fantasy II, yeah. Or in reality, Final Fantasy IV, because we didn't get 2 and 3 originally here in the States. But for whatever reason, Square decided it would be a better idea to name 4 to 2 to not confuse us, since we didn't actually get 2 or 3. So our 2 and 3 are actually 4 and 6. Alright, back to Metal Blades we go. I think it's cool how these helicopter things wind themselves up. I think it's kind of neat. Alright, so we're Crashman, who is weak to the air shooter. Very weak to the air shooter. And now we get Crash Bomber. Those bombs that he was dropping, we get those. And he turns into some sort of like creamsicle color. That's kind of ugly. Alright. Now we're going to go to Flashman stage. And Flashman is actually one of the other 4 bosses that is weak to Metal Blade. And also, fun fact, this is my favorite theme in this entire game. I just think it's a very awesome, very solid theme. Alright, and these walls, fodder for Crash Bombers. No, that's right. So I'm going to actually want to get rid of that thing, so it's out of my way. And for whatever reason, because they're not necessarily ice, but the floors in Crashman stage are slippery, like that. So extra life, that's why I went that way. It's that. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. So I'm going to get back up here, because I'm going to go that way that needs the crash bombs. So we're just going to get this thing out of the way, because I'm sick of seeing it shooting things. Alright, crash bombs. But yeah, don't feel like asking questions is going to be stupid. I actually like when people interact in chat. It's much more fun that way. So we go this way to dodge him. I could have probably gone the other way to get some power up. I think this is a good way for power-ups too, is it? Sort of. I'm not going to bother with that. I don't really need the health. Plus I just got my health refill right there anyway. And I can go through here anyway, and just skip him, and then I'm going to go this way, because coming across the top here avoids a lot of those guys. Also nets me an energy tank, and then I can use crash bombs on this to blow it up, and avoid him too. And then we jump over here. Which is why I wait until this far into the game to do this stage, even though he's weak against Metal Blades, and I've had these since the beginning, is Crash Bombs make this stage a lot less bothersome. And there's Flashman done. And we get equipped with Flash Stopper. Probably the second worst color scheme in the game. Actually, no, I'm going to call it the third worst color scheme in the game. And now we get item 3. See, that purple color scheme, while atrocious, I kind of think Crash Bomber Creamsicle color is more atrocious. And then the Quick Man weapon color scheme is atrocious, more so than that. Now, the Flash Stopper is a weapon, and I use that term very loosely, that is probably about 99% utility. As you see, there's the wall crawling thing. About 99% utility and about 1% offense. And you'll see why here in a little bit. See? I will talk about it a little bit. Basically, Flash Stopper is a time stopper item. You use it, and it stops time. But the thing is you get as it's getting used, you get the and the only reason I survived that was because I was in invincibility mode there. So an extra life, another energy tank, so I'm at what? I'm at 4 energy tanks, so now I'm at full energy tanks. I can't get any more. If I get more, they just don't count. So it stops time, and it stays active until it runs out of energy. So it's a one-use item, because it'll stay on until you run out of energy. You can't stop it. So it does have kind of a limited use in that regard, because it's not like you can use it multiple times a stage. You can only use it once. And a lot of people will use it for here, but I can do this well enough that I don't need it here. And then I get killed to it. So much for me being a cocky little SOB and saying I can do that. I can. We'll see. I probably won't lose again. But a lot of people will use Time Stopper for that area just because that spot is kind of difficult, unless you already know what the pattern is. If you know the pattern, it's not so difficult. But of course, what they do is before you, if you use Time Stopper, they give you all sorts of weapon power-ups along the way to keep Time Stopper going throughout all this. But I have a very good reason why I don't want to use Time Stopper for this, which I'm now through it, so no big deal. Now these guys, Air Shooter, really jacks them up. So that's what we use. Awesome, I got the large weapon power up. That was good. Alright, so now we're at Quick Man. Now, Quick Man actually is somewhat... So funny, I think I wanted to give these games back in the day. Yeah, well, this is probably, of all the Mega Man games, this is probably the one I've played the most. So I remember the boss chains, and I remember all the patterns. So Quick Man is pretty weak to Air Shooter, so I'm going to start off using that. Alright, now that he's under half health, check this out. This is the 1% attack that this Flash Stopper has. Quick Man hates being slow, so stopping him actually hurts him. But a full bar of Flash Stopper only does about half of Quick Man's life meter, which is why I started off using Air Shooter. So that I would finish him off with Flash Stopper instead of having to switch after that. And now I've got Quick Boomerangs, and now you'll see the atrocious color scheme of Quick Boomerangs. Yes, pink. Pink. I think the purple is a little less tacky than the pink. Alright, stage select time. Look who's back, Dr. Wily. And now we're introduced to an actual castle map of Dr. Wily's castle. Something new that we didn't get in the first Mega Man game. We can see roughly how many. This is my second favorite track in the whole game. This is a really good track too. And just like the first game, your weapon energy levels carry over every stage. So you don't get your energy refilled between every stage, just like the first Mega Man game. That ends up being a common theme throughout the Wily stages and stuff like that, and just the boss stages in general throughout the rest of the series. Even in Mega Man X, where there is no Dr. Wily, that carries over. So that motif you're going to see through the rest of these games. But yeah, enjoy the track because it's real. I think, like I said, this is probably my favorite Wily Castle track of all the games, and one of my favorite tracks in the Mega Man series overall. Yeah, I don't know if you remember, Blair, but like I can actually remember being in Michigan and going to Grandma and Grandpa's house, and then going to that little like mom and pop video store and renting this game and playing it there. I still kind of remember that. Trip down memory lane. I don't really care about the extra life there. I've got enough, I think. I have 5. I think that's enough. Alright. So what I'm going to do, since I still have plenty of metal blades, is I'm going to use this to refill item 3. I'm not sure if I'll need it. Yeah, actually I do use item 3 again in Wily stages. So, good to have. Now, with this guy, since he's way back there, I shoot these from here. Again, another reason the metal blades are so broken is the multi-directional shooting ability of them. And now, just like Mega Man 1, Dr. Wily stages require the strategic use of items. Whereas Mega Man 1, the only real item that you needed to strategically use was the Magnet Beam. Um, I actually kind of don't remember that, sadly enough. I remember one time when I first got Link to the Past, I got stuck on the second dungeon, and I spent like hours trying to figure it out, and I got mad, and then I finally just said screw it, and I went and I went to bed. And this must have been on the weekend or something, because the next day I woke up and I started playing it again, and like in 10 minutes I figured it out. But it took me like hours the night before, because I've been playing for a long time, and you know how sometimes when you're when you've been playing something for a while, you know, especially if it's later on, you get tired, you stop thinking as well, and you're just like, you get frustrated, and then you think even less while you're frustrated. So, going to sleep and having a fresh mind in the morning helped me figure out one of the puzzles in Link to the Past. So this is the next boss, but I have to let him chase me to here first. And I believe he's also weak to the atomic fire, but quick boomerangs are another weapon that's like the Metal Blade, where it has an insane amount of ammo. So I tend to use weapons with better ammo when possible. So that's the first Wily stage down. Now on to stage 2. But yeah, Blair, basically, this and Mega Man X are the only games you're going to watch me steamroll through, because they're the only games I'm any good at. Well, I will have to say Mega Man 3, I'll steamroll the 8 bosses, but then I'm not going to steamroll the next part. So, okay. Metal Blades. That's what I was doing. Kind of lost my train of thought for a second there. God dang it. Oh, well, at least I got that back. Alright, so what we're going to do... What do we need to refill? Item 1 would probably be the best thing to refill with that. So here's the first time you're going to see me use item 2. So this is item 2. Then I'm going to go this way, because I don't need that energy tank, for 1. I already have 4. And 2, this leads me to some more items. And nicely enough, doors are dropping ammo for me, which they don't normally do that, so... Oh, actually, I was supposed to go the other way, dang it. Whatever. I don't need all those energy tanks and extra lives anyway. That's right, I forgot you are supposed to go... If you need the extra lives and the energy tanks. There's 2 energy tanks there, an extra life, I mean, so it's like... If you need them, they're there, you know? But I don't need them, so we're fine. I've got 5 lives and all 4 energy tanks. I think I'm good. Any energy tanks I collect now are going to be wasted because I won't get to keep them. Because you can only keep 4. Now, in future Mega Man games, they actually change that, where you can carry as many as you get. So there'll be some Mega Man games where I might end up with like 9 energy tanks or something ridiculous like that. And this is the other spot I was talking about where I said I needed item 3, which is why I refilled its weapon energy. Like that. A lot of people will use Time Stopper here too, just to not have to worry about dodging these things, but I don't worry about it. That one's the hardest one, and that wasn't too bad. And here we are, at the boss. This is probably one of the dumber bosses, because it's like, whatever. I don't even know what you would call this thing. But it's weak to Bubble Lead. It's just 2 boxes come together, they turn into this thing, you shoot it with Bubble Lead, it dies. And you kill them all until the boss runs out of energy, basically. I don't even know what you'd call this boss. At least the other one was a dragon, so you can kind of get, call it that. It's a dragon of some sort. I don't know, I guess you call this the block boss or something ridiculous like that. So this should be the last one. Easy. Stage 3, here we go. And we have different stage music now. But still, this stage music's not bad. I don't need either of those things. Another energy tank. So it gets pretty liberal with the energy tanks once you get to this part of the game. I probably will go ahead and refill... I'm definitely going to refill Crash Bombs. And the reason why, I believe, is it this... No, it's the next boss. Okay. The next boss is only weak to Crash Bombs. It actually literally will not take damage from anything but them. And it's kind of asshole-ish about it, too. In so much that it actually requires you to... It's a bunch of, like, turrets that you have to shoot with Crash Bombs. And some of them are behind the walls that are required, or that you have to use Crash Bombs to get through. So, if you destroy all the walls, you don't have enough Crash Bombs to beat all the turrets. So, you have basically two strategies you can use. The first strategy is either you go in, you blow up all the walls, you die, and then as you're making your way back to the boss, you refill up your Crash Bomb energy, and when you get back in the room, all the walls are still gone. So you basically are required to die and refill your weapon energy in that strat. The other strat, which I'm going to do, is to know exactly what walls you have to destroy to get it done, and then only destroy those walls because you will have just enough Crash Bomb energy to do it. And that's the one I'm going to be doing. And yes, we're going to use Quick Boomerang again, because you're going to see one of the many returns of Gutsman. This is the Guts Dozer. Dr. Wily apparently really likes Gutsman, so he brings Gutsman back in some iterations throughout the course of the series. And I kind of gave it away. Dr. Wily comes back. So the game kind of has, in future games, it kind of has a poorly veiled attempt to make it seem like Dr. Wily isn't the end boss of a couple of them. They do it. They actually, I think they only do it in 4, 5, and 6. So if you've never seen those games, I probably just spoiled it for you. But there's kind of like a considered 2 trilogies in Mega Man. There's the 1 through 3 trilogy, and then there's like the 4 through 6 trilogy. Kind of like Star Wars, but whatever. I'll fill up 2. And the second trilogy is the one where they try and like throw a lot of misdirection at you, making you think that Wily's not the last guy. And, they introduce 4 through 6 also introduce like how here we killed 8 Robot Masters, and then we just went on to Dr. Wily's castle. Well, in 4 through 6, you fight like an intermediate castle before Wily's castle. And now the reason I got to Bubble Lead is I want to show you something here. Looks like a very solid floor, right? Nope. You can actually fall through there. Apparently I shot over it, so it didn't go down there. So there's 2 spots where you will fall through the floor there. And you see how there's spikes in there for no reason? It seems like it's because you can fall through there. So, and there's, you know, holes in all 3 of these floors, so getting to that energy tank requires a little bit of use of items. But since I have 4 of my energy tanks, I'm not going to bother. Alright, so this spot here is a lot easier with the shield. Although I probably could use Metal Blades too. It's just easier with shield, because then I could just stand here and be completely protected from these guys. And then these areas would be where you'd like farm your weapon energy too, if you were to use the initial strategy for this boss that I told you about, where you destroy all the walls in the boss building or in the boss room and then die. This would be the kind of the area you'd probably farm your weapon energy at. Okay. So this is another room where the shield is very important. So you probably use Metal Blades too. The shield is just nice because then I don't have to worry about aiming. I can just stand here and ride it out, and everything just dies to the shield. Because the only time I need this Leaf Shield again will be to fight Airman, because I already told you in Mega Man 1 that it's a recurring theme in these Mega Man games for you to refight all the bosses, as you saw in Mega Man 1. Now, on this stage, because I don't feel like making a ridiculously long jump and hoping I make it, I basically just fall onto here, jump onto here, and use item 2 to get across. Okay, yep. And actually, there's a bunch of these, so I'll get off the air shooter. Alright, so there's going to be one more kind of a glitch I'm going to use, and it's going to be for this boss to help me beat this boss without having to come back and do it as a second shot. And hopefully not having to use an energy tank, but if I have to, I will. Alright, so... And that is it. And it is actually... So I kind of lied. There is another pause glitch. And it's a glitch with... okay, so this is the boss I'm talking about. So the pause glitch in this game is a glitch to avoid damage. And I won't be able to until that goes away. But basically, when these things shoot, if you're pause glitching like this, the shots will go through you. Like that. So it's a little bit cheating. This is the... So I lied about there being no other pause glitches, so there is that one. And those guys just missed me by default. That's pretty fun. Yeah, and these turrets are only weak to crash bombs. That's it. And I managed to jump that. I'm pretty impressed with myself. So, I think I have to do that one. Oh no, it wasn't that one, dang it! I think I fucked up. It was this one. Yeah, I messed up. Dang it. I messed up. Because now I'm out of crash bombs. Okay! I gotta die now. But now those other walls are gone. Those walls don't come back. I can't believe I messed that up. I almost never messed that up. Oh well. Of course, because I'm doing it in front of a live audience, that's why I messed up. So we're going to use Metal Blades, I believe, because we're going to try and farm some health. Not some health, some weapon energy. Some ammo, if you will. But I'm not really doing it at this point to farm it. I'm just trying to get around. Oh, an extra life I can't get to. Okay. So now we're going to farm some weapon energy. Oh! Damn thing caught me. See, now this game is being very liberal with the health refills and not the weapon refills. That's great. Okay, there's a small one. But, you know, I'm going to take anything I can get. So, of course, the big one shows up in the spot I can't get to without dying. Okay, maybe I can get that. Maybe I can get that. Or maybe not. That's awesome. There's another one way over there. It's dropping them. It's taunting me. It's dropping them in the freaking spikes. And down ladders. Where I can't get to them. There we go, I can get that one. I'm probably not going to be able to get it, but I'm going to try. Nope, can't get it. Every little bit helps, so I will... Oh, that's not good. That's not good. I saw that was going to happen, too. I saw it, and I'm like, that's going to suck. Oh my god, I thought I pressed the jump button to get off the... Oh my gosh, I thought I pushed the jump button to get off of the ladder, and then apparently it didn't notice I did, or something. Instead of wasting Metal Blade ammo, I should probably use my shield until I get over to the other side, or whatever. I have like 90 billion shots with this thing. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Alright. Since I don't have to destroy any more walls, I think that's going to be enough. So, I'm going to go ahead and move on. And I forgot that I can't really just drop through that, because I would just land on the spikes and die. Alright. We'll go back to using wood, leaf shield again. Because I only need 2 more shots of this, like, at all, for the rest of the game. Hey, look, an extra life that I don't need. Should have enough item 2 to do this. Yep, good. Because I've honestly, this is how I've always done it, and I've never tried to make this jump the right way before. So, oh, I'm low on air shooter. This isn't good. I'm gonna need some for the boss rush. I don't have any more. Okay. So here's what we're going to do, I guess. I actually don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe bubble lead? That looks okay. Actually, I think because I can do the pause glitch, I'm just going to take the hits. Because I can do the pause glitch for 1 and for 2 because I have 4 energy tanks, so I can afford to use them. Well, that's cute. They're gonna shoot, so I'm gonna just pause glitch my way through those shots. Give myself enough room to item 1 my way out of this pit. And get knocked back. I am going to go ahead and use an energy tank, because I have no other need. That was close. They're about ready to fire. Alright, so energy tank used. Back to crash bombs. We'll pause glitch through them. Take that. And take that. Alright. Boss done. And never fear, boss rush is here. Okay. I never remember what bosses are in what capsules, so I just go into them blind. Okay, so it's Heat Man. Alright, so bubble lead it is. And like and starting from now, they generally give you item refills. Or not item refills, I'm sorry, health refills. Oh, and I accidentally just used my an energy tank when I was at full health. And I'm such an idiot. It's a good thing I really don't need them, because that was really a dumb move. And it's a dumb move that I'm wasting. There we go. Since I don't need leaf shield anymore than that, that's fine. Alright. Alright, so it's Woodman. I could use Metal Blades, but I'm going to go ahead and nuke him with Atomic Fire. Like that. I've kind of been rolling in there with Metal Blade because, like I said, 4 bosses, and I only have mentioned 3 of the bosses that are weak to Metal Blade, and that's for a reason, because I kind of want to surprise you guys. At who the 4th, because it's really ridiculous. Alright, Bull Man down. Quick Man. So, I'm out of Air Shooter. Almost. So what I'm going to do is use Flash Stopper first, just to knock him down to half health, and then just kind of see what I can do. Being out of Air Shooter kind of sucks. I have one more shot with it, I think. Yeah, and that's done. So we're just going to use the Buster and hope for the best. Hey, good. Crash Man. Crap. I'm out of Air Shooter. Okay, let's see if I can beat Crash Man with Buster. I've never actually tried to do this before. And Crash Man kind of just... Crash Man just kind of runs and doesn't jump until you shoot. So, Crash Man's kind of... If I wasn't so bad at this game, Crash Man would be kind of easy to manipulate because he just runs. Okay. So now we know I probably want to do Crash Man last because I don't have any use weapon. There's Flash Man, who is weak to the Metal Blade, as we already know. And I told you Woodman was the other one. Or was it one of the other ones? So who's left? That's right. Check this out. One shot with his own weapon. Done. His other weakness is actually Quick Boomerang, but he takes one shot from his own weapon and he's done. So let's see if Crash Man's even weak to this thing. Nope. You can't even do damage to Crash Man with this. Great. How about Quick Boomerang? Can we use Quick Boomerang? Okay, so Quick Boomerang works, it just doesn't seem like it does much damage. So I'm probably going to have to blow an energy tank here just to beat him. Just to make sure I beat him. Maybe not, though. If I don't blow an energy tank on him, I might have to later, but we'll see. I might not have to. Alright, so now we have another mysterious portal. Here's Dr. Wily in his spaceship. Okay, I am going to use an energy tank. There we go. But as you notice, he's flying off, and I fall, because there is another stage. I'm sure Blair might remember this a little bit. Thankfully, I have plenty of the only other weapon I need, so this is going to be a big deal. So FYI, these things hurt a lot, so don't get hit by them. Like that. See how much health that took? Because I was an idiot, and after telling you not to get hit with them, I did. Thankfully, I shouldn't get hit more than maybe once at the last boss. And I've got one energy tank left if I end up being terrible. So Bubble it is. And there's Wily. The alien? Alright, so Alien Wily here. Alright, he hurts a lot if you run into him, and his shots hurt too, but they're not too bad. And there's probably hopefully the one time I get hit. But he flies in a figure 8 pattern, or an infinity sign pattern if you prefer. So just don't make body contact with him. Getting hit by a shot or two isn't the end of the world. As you see. But you know what? Just so I don't take any chances, because one more hit would probably kill me, I'm going to go ahead and use that last energy tank. Oop, missed him. Okay. That's fine. And no more Alien Wily. Who was a robot being controlled by the real Wily. Like a hologram robot thing. And congratulations, everybody. We have just conquered Mega Man 2. So YouTubers, if you're watching this, as I continue to stream, come join the fun, because once I'm done today, I probably will tomorrow for some too. Maybe more Mega Man, depending on how much I get through here, because I've already been playing for about 2 hours now. I may put off Mega Man X until tomorrow, just to give people time to make my goal of 300 if they want to see a 100% run. Yeah, see, I don't either. Or why he actually lets him go, because it never actually shows that he took him to jail or anything. I go by, it's basically the Velociraptor 42, but the is spelled T-E-H incorrectly on purpose. So T-E-H Velociraptor 42 is my YouTube. I believe I might have a link to it underneath the video here on Twitch, but I'm not 100% sure if I did or not. I may not have. If I haven't, I will add that. So those on YouTube can follow me on Twitch. The link to my Twitch channel is going to be in the description. A link to donate will also be in the description. If you donate, I will give you a shout out on the next stream I do. Whether it's an extra live stream or not, I will still give you a shout out. So now we've got the ending credits for Mega Man 2. So I am probably past 245 now, from the way it sounds. Once I end this stream, I will check that out. So I hope everybody enjoyed the playthrough of Mega Man 2. I didn't do too horribly, thankfully. I didn't have a complete game over like I did in Mega Man 1. But then again, like I said, this is probably the Mega Man game I'm best at. It's kind of a toss-up between this and Mega Man X, because I'm really good at Mega Man X also. But not like as good as a lot of people are. I mean, I can get through it, and I can get all the items, and I can manage to get the Hadoken to work on quite a few of the bosses, but not all of them. So, kind of letting you guys look at the credits, even though it's kind of boring. So anyway, that would be the end of Mega Man 2. And so for those on YouTube, hope you enjoyed the playthrough of Mega Man 2. Stay tuned for more Mega Man, actually, because I'm doing a Mega Man Saturday today, on Saturday, October 26th. So enjoy the videos. I have more videos in my YouTube channel that you're on if you're on YouTube. So thank you. Have a great day.